The new NBA and MLB season is in full swing, and BetOnline has you covered with the best odds and biggest promotions and live in-game betting on all your favorite teams. Head to BetOnline today to stay updated on all the action. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Happy New Year!
This is a completely improvised show. No research has gone into it at all. Welcome to a very
No microfiches have been scanned.
No Wikipedia has been scrolled.
No Wayback Machine has been ridden.
No book has been opened.
Checked out from the library.
Yeah. No, this is a very different episode for us. So we're coming into this. It is January 2nd.
You know, going into a new year, I think it's important to be gentle with yourself. We're being quite gentle. We have, obviously, this time of the year is very busy for everybody. So we are wanting to kick off the new year with something that was, sure, a little less labor intensive on our end. Sure, this is a hobby.
Sure. Has Marisa been sick for the last 5 days and it's made it more challenging to put together a full episode? Sure.
Is Jon going out of town tomorrow?
Sure. So what are we doing? We're going to talk about the past. No, we're going to talk about the future. We're going to talk about our dreams. So yeah, we don't know exactly what's going to happen. Maybe this is like a kiss of what the Patreon's going to be. It's just going to be loosey-goosey.
It's chatty-flabby.
It's chicky-licky. It's like things that are on our hearts, things that are on our souls.
We're going to be talking New Year's resolutions, and we're going to be debuting a new segment, FAQs.
What does that stand for?
Freaks Ask Questions.
You're all jazzed up, really having a cow. You want your favorite show, and it's on right now. It's on brand.
Well.
Welcome to Off-Brand. Everything is askew. I feel like we're in like a parallel universe right now. We haven't planned this out.
It's 85 degrees in winter.
It's
Everything's
hot.
A little off.
My nippies are sweaty. My shirt, I'm wearing the same shirt that we literally just recorded the episode.
Your toilet is out of order in your home. You're pooping all over town.
I stole 3 snacks out of your pantry to take on the flight. Oh, by the way, I brought you a Christmas present.
Oh.
I know it's not Christmas yet, but Christmas
January
is over.
2nd.
It's not really a Christmas present, but I had to stop. So my toilet has been broken for 4 days, so I had to go to Trader Joe's to go to the bathroom this morning. So while I was there, I picked up some snacks for the flight. My whole day apparently is about snacks for my flight.
Apparently.
I got a sugar bee apple. I got a bag of macadamia nuts. So expensive, but I always treat myself on a flight because I love them.
On a flight, do what you got to do.
You do what you got to do. And then I saw these, and we had talked about them in your candy cane episode. So
Amazing.
I got you. They're so tiny, but I got you some of the batons.
The batons. I'm so excited to try these.
Batons.
Thank you.
And then I left, and I was like, why didn't I forgot to, I should have gotten Al a dark chocolate, and I didn't think about it, but he got a dark chocolate yesterday.
He'll be fine. Don't worry about him.
I'm sure he's got a whole, no, he wouldn't have a drawer full. He has he eats 1 bar at a time, 1 square a day.
1 square per day.
Each bar lasts him 34 days.
I should put that in his Hinge profile. 1 square per day.
1 chocolate bar will last me 1 month. Okay, so let's, last year for New Year's we did Goop. Why we made it all about Gwyneth. This year it's all about us.
That's so funny. That was a year ago.
So that was one of my first episodes that I was panicked about because I went home, I didn't write. I'm really, really bad about working on personal projects or work when I'm traveling.
Of course.
I go with intentions.
What are you, like in business class, like sitting up straight with your little laptop and your like power chargers and like working on your presentations? No.
Some people do though.
No.
Some people are like, I work best on a flight when there's no distractions. On a flight, I'm like crooked into the window seat. I'm drooling. I wear a mask with like eyeballs on it that always gets laughs. And it's like, I just can't sit there and like work.
No, it's like survival mode for me. Like I'm loaded up on Ativan. I have like 4 beverages. I make like a cocoon for myself looking out the window so I can pretend that I'm not like trapped in the sky, which by the way, how's that working?
Here's the thing. I am okay. So as I've gotten older, some of my fears have heightened.
Yes.
That's funny because one of them is heights.
Yeah.
So my fear of heights has gotten so much worse. I have developed a terrible fear of bridges and driving over bridges that are over waterways, and they just keep getting worse and worse. I am actively trying to not get a fear of flights. I don't really have one, and I have this false sense of security when I'm flying. Like I'm like, oh, I can go to sleep. I'm never really asleep. If there is a ping of turbulence,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God, we're dead. But I always look at the flight attendant. If they're calm, that usually keeps me calm. But I will have a moment, usually one or two on every flight, where I'm kind of drifting off into sleep. And then I picture outside the plane and I'm
Same.
just sitting in the sky.
Yes, I
and I'm
erase the plane from my mind.
I erase the entire
I erase
plane.
the chair, and I imagine me suspended.
Yeah.
5,000. How high do planes go? 5,000 feet?
10 million feet.
10 million feet in the air, just like a speck.
A speck. I'm just this human being just sitting there next to someone who sucks, who smells, who's like trying to, we're like fighting. We have this untalked about fight for the armrest the entire flight.
Do you fight with passengers?
No, I try not to talk to anyone at all. I'll talk during loading, but
Like what? You have like banter? Airplane
sure,
banter? Like
yeah,
what?
like where you head. Well, not where you headed. So it'll be like if for this it's Cincinnati. So I'm like, oh, do you live in Cincinnati? Or are you just visiting LA? Like a little banter. And sometimes I'll even say, don't worry, I'm not going to talk to you on the whole flight. Like I
can't even imagine like talking at all.
I just love talking. I mean, I talk to people. That's what I do.
That's I guess like I'm so anxious about flying that is not how I would like calm my nerves, is by like chatting up the person beside me. I want to like diss up here.
I think I've only flown with you once, and we weren't sitting together. Alistair and I were sitting together.
No, we flew on. Oh no, that was to Hawaii. I was thinking about when we flew to New York in 2008, and we were on Virgin Airlines, and we could chat with each other on the airplane.
Oh, right. We've flown together twice. And even on that flight, we didn't sit together. So we have flown together twice, but for some reason refused to sit to each other. And I love that the people are listening now are like, oh, they all travel to Hawaii together. Like they think we're like bougie, and we're so not.
No, this is not a podcast where you're going to hear about like, and I was in London for a secret project. I can't talk about it, but let's just say me and Hugh Grant got very close. We're besties. No, like John is like traversing the city looking for a toilet to poop in. Like we are not.
Okay, I used to have
snobs.
worse digestive issues. They've been resolved since then.
I mean, because your toilet's broken.
Oh, I thought you meant. Oh, I thought you meant the Bubba Gump.
You have a lot of reasons why you traverse the city looking for toilets.
Yeah, I do. Is this? I was going to talk about. Was this? Can I talk about the house we stayed in Hawaii very quickly? So we went on a trip to Hawaii. The group of us. It was like 7 of us, and you found it. You're so good. I don't do anything when we go on trips. I refuse to believe that I'm actually going anywhere.
Yeah, I'll be like, John, I'm looking for a house in Big Bear. Are you interested? I want to know how many bedrooms to search for. And then it's like radio silence for 9 days. I'm like, John, we're losing dates here. I need some confirmation. You're like, babe, I can't give you that. And then like the day I'll like always book you a bedroom because I know you're going to want to. So like even without any confirmation from you that you are coming on a trip, I always book you a bed.
I know.
And then I'll be like, okay, John, we're leaving today. And you're like, oh, is this happening? And then I drive to pick you up and you go, why are we doing this? And then you get in the car and then you're like mad on the drive there. You're like in the back seat next to Alistair. You guys are fighting. You want to have the heat on and the windows down, or the AC on and the windows up. You always have like a weird thing with temperatures. You and Al are fighting. You want to stop at a fast food place. Al doesn't want to. We get there. You're grumbling. You're like, oh God, why are there so many dead flies? And then like
there were a lot of dead flies.
Yeah, there were a lot of dead flies. And then we leave and you're like, why don't we ever go on trips anymore? That was so fun. If you hear a crinkle, I'm opening on my baton. I'm sorry. It'll be short. Okay, that's it.
That couldn't be more accurate. Anyway, what I was going to say is you're very good at finding the locations we're going to stay and just telling us and whatever. And so for some reason, this was in 2019. We went to Hawaii and there was this house that looked so nice on the Airbnb. It was like reasonably priced.
Yeah.
We get there and this place is like basically a mansion. It said it sleeps 27 people and we were 7 people. And we were like, this is ridiculous. And honestly, within like a day, we were like, we can't imagine one more person sharing this space with us. It's like everyone had like a hallway with 3 bedrooms to themselves. You and David, I think Peggy had just been born.
Yeah.
She was very young. You guys had like 3 bedrooms to yourself. You had like a whole end of the house to yourself.
Multiple bathrooms.
Like 19 bunk beds.
There was a whole wing that we never touched that was just full of bunk beds.
It was incredible. It was like a block from the beach. It was amazing.
Like 6 washers and dryers, which turns out to be like the right amount for 7 people. It's weird. At home, we live in 900 square feet and we have 4 people have 1 bathroom. But in Hawaii, I'm like, anything less than 7,000 square feet, and I'm a bit cramped.
Yeah, and I think it was something that whoever was renting it out, I think it was like their first or second time doing it, because we ended up looking a year or 2 later, and it had like tripled in price. It was like so expensive. You
know what? That's where we can have our on-brand summit in like 5 years.
Oh my God,
in
that's
Maui.
a dream. I can't wait. Okay, so let's get this off the books really quick.
Sure.
Last year for New Year's, we made one resolution.
Yes.
And that was for both of us to learn and play pickleball. Now, you may not have heard us talk about pickleball since that episode.
You may not have noticed we're in pickleball clothes when we're recording, like fresh off the court.
I'm assuming that most of the people listening to the show heard that and have ever since then assumed we've been going to meets and practices, rehearsals. I don't know what pickleball
Shopping
does.
for paddles.
We got a great, like, personalized paddle. On-brand balls. We have the whole deal, and that we're going to post a video soon of our triumphant championship of pickleball. We haven't played pickleball. We haven't done anything.
Not once.
Never talked about it again.
Never even crossed my mind.
And the good thing is the person who put pickleball in my head was at a Christmas party that I wasn't able to go to this year. So I didn't even have to go back and, not that he would ever even remember. Like, he's like, oh, I hope Jon played pickleball this year. But I didn't have to even do the like, oh, I never got around to it.
That's the risk of uttering your resolutions aloud.
Yeah.
And for us, we have a sizable-ish, more than 2 people that we are on the hook for our resolutions. And so everyone's like, when did you, how's pickleball going?
So are you a resolutions person? I used to really be a resolutions person. As you know, and you make fun of me on New Year's Eve, I like to walk the streets alone and think about what's happened this year, what I want to happen. I used to sit down and write out my resolutions. Wow. And for years, they were always like, lose weight, do this, do that. As I've gotten older, like losing weight, I don't even care anymore. It's like, just who cares? Because if it happens, it happens. But I used to really be into it. Now I feel like, and maybe I should go back to that. I do think there's something about your own accountability, like writing it down. Like maybe you won't do it, but at least because now I just kind of think about things. Like even last year, like we were talking about the podcast and things we wanted to do. We didn't really write some of those things down. I do think it's helpful to have a list of things that you would like to accomplish and refer to and check off.
Yeah, I think that's good. I used to have a pre-2020, for probably 7 years, had a vision board party at my house.
That's right.
And so that would be in early January, and I would have a bunch of gals over to eat cheese and drink wine and all my magazines. I have a really hard time throwing away magazines. Yeah. This is I'm not hoardery in many ways, but magazines are one of those things. Like if I had O Magazine and I had Real Simple or Martha Stewart, whatever, those are really hard for me to toss. And so the dream board party was really a way to trick my brain into using every bit of the buffalo there. You know what I mean? So I would have all these magazines spread out and all my gal pals would come over and we would trim up these little magazines to make our vision boards. And I really like that because it's symbolic resolutions. And, you would have a little picture of a beach. It's I want to go on a beach vacation. And I would have it stuck up in my bedroom for a full year. And that was very fun. I would, kind of peek at it and go have I bought that? Have I bought that shoe?
What other things are on there? Are there pictures of Nicole Kidman? You're I want her lips someday. Or what other things were on there besides a destination?
It's funny because you would think, well, everybody's would look the same. Everyone's looks so different. So mine would be I like the mood of this room, or I like the way that this outfit looks, or this kind of meal, what this maybe an artisan loaf, and it would be this kind of represents I want to get into making more homemade meals, things like that. So mine would always look kind of mine is always very rustic and nostalgic. I'm always dreaming of the past, racing to the prairie. I'm always wanting to kind of bring more nature, peace, calm, beauty into my life. Okay. Yeah, so I think those are probably on par. Should we say, Jon, do you have any resolutions this year?
I do. I mean, you're putting me on the spot. I'm terrible about thinking of things off the cuff. I mean, a lot of the things I've been thinking about are show related. I want to make more videos, and I need to learn this new video program, which I've started, but I want to really get that out of the way because my slowness in taking the online YouTube classes is preventing me from quickly making a Chicky Biggie video or these little videos that I want to make for the show. I just want to be more proactive with putting out more. God, this is the worst. You know what my resolution is?
More content?
Content creator. Oh, God. Is there anything worse than those 2 words?
I'm looking at artisan sourdough loaves and homemade beeswax candles, and your New Year's resolution is to produce more content.
I'm closing the laptop.
Jon.
Al, shut off the light. 2024, I want to blow my brains out. I want to be a content creator. I mean, that's basically what I'm saying.
Well, people would love to see you talk about it at Chicky BM.
You know what I think? My resolution for this year is to get rid of the storage unit.
No,
because I mean, everyone just... Can we talk about that for a second?
Yes, the obsession with your storage unit.
Anytime these freaks get a chance to communicate with us, storage unit comes up so much.
Yeah, we have a lot of questions about the storage unit for our FAQs.
I don't understand the fascination with it. I don't understand what people want from it.
What do you mean? They've told you they want a peek inside.
But it's like, I don't know. I find it very fascinating, the fascination people have.
We got a few. We'll do a sneak peek at our FAQs. And you can answer them right now. It'll be maybe interspersed throughout the show.
Okay.
Caitlin Sanity says, can we see what's in the storage unit? RC Offline says, what are the dimensions of the storage unit? Denise says, what made Jon decide to start renting out a storage unit? Which item was the breaking point where it could not fit anywhere anymore unless a storage unit is rented?
I mean, you really pushed for it. I've lived in, so here's a little glimpse. I live in a very small apartment in Los Angeles.
Yes.
It's under 400 square feet. I have lived in that apartment for an incredibly long time. Let's just say it's been 20 years. I collect a lot of stuff. So 20 years, I mean, do the math. Like, it just, you're bursting at the seams.
And you have, patches to sew on jeans. You have quite a bit of collectibles.
That's the one thing. Not thousands of records or action figures.
Doubles of the Simpsons figurines.
I have 9 patches that really put me over the top. I bought that. It's like that episode of Seinfeld where George had the wallet that was really full, and he had like one more little, he got like a phone number from somebody, one little slip of paper, and he tried to put it in the wallet, exploded.
Yeah, that's where you're at.
I was just always so stressed out about my house. Like it just always needed to be cleaned and blah, blah, blah. And so Marissa made this suggestion and went and found it. And
this is our dynamic. It's like with the Airbnb. Jon, he's tortured by his small square footage, and he does not want to move. He has a great place. He has great rent. And so I'm saying you can increase your square footage without having it'd be cheaper to just get a storage unit than would be to get a bigger place, obviously. Like, this is a way you could and what are the dimensions of your storage unit? Somebody asked.
I honestly don't remember. It's not big. It's like
10 by 11.
It's like 5 by 10. No, it's like only like 5 or 6 feet across and like maybe 10 feet long.
Wow, that's tight.
It is tight.
We might have to double it.
Oh God. You know what? My dream would be one on the ground floor that's got like a garage door that
rolls. If you're wishing, how about a garage?
Well, yeah, of course I want a house, but I mean, good Lord.
Yeah, a ground floor storage unit with a roll-up garage. That's like a double size. Dream. We'll get there.
I have to go upstairs.
Patreon, we'll get there.
Babe.
You know what? When you contribute to the Patreon, you're contributing to Jon's storage unit fund.
Oh my gosh.
You could get an honorary pin that says supporter of Jon's storage unit. It will be mailed out to every patron.
You know what I should do? We should have high tier Patreons where each shelf in the storage unit, you can buy your name. Like, your name can be...
That would be really good.
Yeah, your
like
name
the way
on a
you
shelf.
have like a bench in a park.
Yeah.
They could have a shelf in your unit.
Oh my God. They would love that.
I love that. And as we're on storage unit, K Menzizzle said, if there was a fire in the storage unit and you could save only one item, what would you save?
Oh my God. That's so crazy because the storage unit really is a lot of my top tier things.
Yeah. That's
I have like my maxi swatches in there. Those, if you're not familiar with Swatch, those are like 7-foot swatches, very prized. I mean, collectible. I have so many wonderful coffee table books in there. I don't have
a Played with Moe's Tavern.
Okay, you're obsessed with The Simpsons.
I mean, I helped you load up your storage unit. There was a full floor to ceiling stack of Simpsons.
Yeah, there's all the way in the back because I don't use it much.
We need to start mailing them out as swag.
You know what? So I was going to say there's not a ton of, oh God, I have such nice quilts in there. I have so many nice things in there. This is a good question. I think if I had to choose right now, there's 2 very, very precious things in the storage unit. They are 2 childhood toys.
Oh.
One is my Choo Choo Charlie doll. Don't laugh. I don't know why you always laugh at Choo Choo Charlie. He's so cute. He's like 6 inches tall. He wears a little conductor's outfit, has a little hat, has little straight polyester red hair. He has freckles.
Sounds like you're describing Al Pal as a boy.
Whoa.
Are you Choo Choo Charlie?
And Al is my toy. So I have Choo Choo Charlie, but I also have my Pooh Bear, which I've had forever. And I was in a relationship once where my nickname for him was Pooh.
This is where I find out you're gay.
We should pull back a little bit. I'm a homo. His nickname for me was Pooh Bear.
Oh.
I think I'd say Pooh Bear. God.
They should be in your cabinet of curiosities. Why are they rotting in a storage unit?
I'll be honest. I didn't realize I thought Pooh was in my closet. And then after I moved everything in the storage unit and I think he's in the box of toys in the very, very, very back.
Oh, shoot.
Because when I went to the closet, it wasn't there. And that's the only place he could be. So if he's not in there, I'm going to die. But there's no way I would have ever accidentally thrown him away. So I just know that he's back there.
There was a time, too, with the storage unit where you thought that would kind of be like an accessory closet in your home where you'd be like coming and going to the storage unit. Right. Yeah.
I looked at it as like, I do look at it as an extension of my apartment. Like you said, it's like getting a small room for cheaper than a different apartment.
For sure.
So yeah, like if there was a good sale on Diet Coke or toilet paper, I mean, I have a bunch of toilet paper in there right now.
What did you have so much of? You had like a crazy amount. Was it hand soap? Like bottles of hand soap?
Candles. I've had a bunch of a lot
like
of things.
bins and bins of candles.
Yeah. So
yeah.
Okay, let's find a question for you. Let's find something for you to chew on.
It's a lot.
Hi, this is Chris Howard, host of Plugged In with Chris Howard. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for all your sports betting action. BetOnline has more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news, scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played. With the largest selection of odds on everything from Major League Baseball, NHL, and UFC, and professional golf, BetOnline remains the number one source for all your sports wagering info. In between games, head over to the BetOnline's casino with all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino. BetOnline, the game starts here.
Find yourself looking for a new job or change in career? Monster.com is here to help. We are not only here to bring you job postings, but also AI interview prep and salary tools, expert career advice, and top-notch resume services. We've got everything you need to land your perfect job fit. Discover the magic of finding the ideal job with Monster.com. Your future starts now. Visit Monster.com today. Your next job opportunity is just a click away.
Oh, wait, but before we get a freak question for you, you haven't said if you have any New Year's resolutions.
Well, here's the thing. I was going to have a New Year's resolution to solve the Rubik's Cube.
Oh my God. So I think I talked about this on the episode after Rubik's Cube, but one of our listeners, John M., that was his resolution last year to solve the Rubik's Cube. So he took these 2 tutorials, he sent me the videos of them, learned how to solve the Rubik's Cube, and now every morning he wakes up, solves the Rubik's Cube, and at night mixes it up, so then the next morning he'll have to solve it again.
Oh my God.
So that was his resolution for 2024, and now for 2025, it is to learn to juggle.
Well, I guess I also will have to be learning to juggle next year because I, too, can solve a Rubik's Cube.
You learned how?
I was bedridden for a week with an ear infection, and I followed tutorials, and I also know how to solve a cube.
Give me this thing. I'm going to mix this up. If you can solve
No,
this...
I can't. It takes too long. It takes like 15 minutes. I won't be able to do it on pod, but you can mix it up, and I will solve it again. But I learned how to do it. And this is the thing. Now, if you are learning how to solve a Rubik's Cube, you go on YouTube, it's like beginner Rubik's Cube tutorials, like make the daisy, make the white cross, get the first layer, make the yellow. It's like there's all, it's really spelled out for you. It's step by step.
I feel like it would take away some of the magic once you kind of know the secret to it.
There's a secret to it. I'm imagining back in Rubik's day where it's like you really are just like cranking around on this thing, just like diddling on your cube for truly months. And then how could you possibly figure this out? Like, it
took him forever. The guy who made it took him forever to figure it out. And he just figured it out. There was no YouTube back then.
I don't even feel like this counts as solving because I thought I would never be able to. And I did. And I don't consider myself to be very smart in this type of way. Sure, I'm a branding, marketing genius. But Rubik's Cube that's not innate to me. If I can do it, you can too. And you bought so many Rubik's Cubes. Didn't you buy like more than one Rubik's Cube when they were on sale?
Yeah.
How many?
2.
Okay. 2?
2.
Okay.
Only 2.
Only 2.
1 out, 1 in.
What do you mean?
1 in the package, 1 out.
Why keep 1 in the package?
Because it's retro packaging and it's cute.
Okay. Were you diddling on it?
I haven't opened one yet.
Okay, so you have 2 unopened.
I have 2 in the package.
Have you sold that Arnold Schwarzenegger book yet, autographed?
He hasn't. Has he died yet?
Well,
I mean, send me the link when he dies, and it goes straight up on eBay. I got to grab people while they're mourning. Okay, so let me throw you a question.
Sure.
We got a few of these, and I want to do one of these too.
Okay,
but
great.
I'll throw one to you. This is from very sweet friend of the pod, Stephen Ray Morris. He sent a few questions, but he did a marry, kill. So he wants to know: would you marry, or kill Target, Walmart, CVS?
Wow.
That's hard.
This is hard.
I thought about it. The first thing I thought of was the length of CVS's receipt.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean,
well, it could
I
be.
don't mind. It could be fun. It's better than a digital receipt. Let's
true.
just say that.
That's true. My relationship with Target is complicated in that it's who I would marry. I would marry Target because I spend more money, more time in a Target than I do Walmart and CVS combined.
Yeah.
But Target, and maybe this is kind of good for like the metaphor of like marriage is like they drive you crazy, but you love them.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about Target.
Yeah.
Like when I'm walking around, there's one checkout open, self-checkout is closed because too many people steal.
Yeah.
Things like that. It drives me crazy,
Yeah.
but I love it. I'm so loyal. I'm so devoted to Target. I fall under its spell every time, and I always leave with so much more than I intended on. So I'm definitely marrying Target.
I'm also, I'll just do this with you.
Yeah.
I'm also marrying Target. And you know what I think that's about Target is also synonymous with marriage is like some days Target looks so good.
You are so
And
right.
then other days you're like, God, you are so gross to me,
You've
Target.
really let yourself go, Target.
I'm stuck with you, but I'm hating you today.
The like when you walk up and you see the spot where like the shopping carts are, and it's like they all have garbage in them, and the cart wipes thing is like long been emptied. That front where you walk into the left where there'll be like seasonal stuff and it's just all trashed, and you're like, oh honey.
Or you're in towels and there's a half-drank Starbucks cup. I was going to do a whole photo series on abandoned Starbucks cups, and then I found out someone I know already does that series because it is so common.
Is there anything more repulsive?
So it fits in with marriage perfectly.
Definitely.
That was my answer also. Now I go back and forth, but I kind of know where I'm landing on the next two.
Okay, let's see. CVS to me is, and we were talking about this the other day because I had to send David out for different kinds of cold medicines. Some CVS's are like gorgeous. It's like a Neiman Marcus. You walk in there, they have there's a couple in town where it's like they have like a makeup counter, they have like a little nail salon. There's a couple. There's one in Hollywood that's where we went. Where didn't you like roll around in a wheelchair? In that CVS, we left a party early and you rolled around a wheelchair, and we stood on that Dr. Scholl's foot machine that tells you what like size arches things you need.
Right.
So that was a CVS, and it was like gorgeous. It was Disneyland. It was an arcade. It was paradise.
I think you're remembering that a little nicer than it was.
No, because I remember walking and being like, this is like a department store experience. And then some CVS's you go to and you're like, something bad is about to happen here. Like, this is like the moment of the true crime show. I'm going to be like on the carpet, like being like wrapped up in duct tape.
There's not a chalk outline on the floor, but there's like the arm left of the chalk outline. Like they tried to clean it up, the night crew.
I mean, you'll just find like somebody like stuffing like rolls of paper towels down their pants and just like walking out. It's like, it's scary. It's a little bit like Walking Dead.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like, you know what? I might have to kill CVS. I think I have to kill it because it's like it's a virus.
My initial reaction was to kill Walmart and CVS, but before you even said this, I was like, no, what are you talking about? Like Walmart I like enough to but CVS is repulsive. And it's like everything is 4 times more expensive, but they'll be like, it's on sale, but it's still 3 times more expensive than anywhere else. And half the shelves are just empty. It's just sad.
It's sad. And can you imagine like buying like an apple at CVS? Like they have like their little like cold case with like an orange. I'm like, I'm not getting an orange from CVS.
You used to always make fun of me for doing quick grocery runs at Target, and now you're marrying Target. So.
Well, I still I'll get yogurt from Target, but I don't know, something about like loose fruit in a Target. I don't know. It's just the air isn't right there.
One of my favorite things to do, and I do it on this pod a lot because sometimes I want to do customer reviews, is spend an hour reading customer reviews of Target onions. I highly suggest if you're just looking to kill some time, you're sitting at the airport, if you're pulled over in your car right now, just look up Target, yellow or white onion. There's like probably 4,000 reviews. 1 star, came molded. star made my eyes water. It's like, it's so chaotic. I just love it.
That's really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. So definitely, I think we're on the same page. I'm gonna
Walmart.
We'll Walmart. You know,
it's big. It's bad. It's not good.
and
but
sometimes that's good in a partner.
That's
in
what a one night
stand
is. Yeah. You just want to
bad.
get spanked a little bit, like get some cheap something, and
Get a warming peep.
Yeah, get a warming peep.
Did you ever get a warming peep?
Yeah.
Where is it? Is it in the unit?
No, I think it's fallen behind the bed. Because the last time I saw it was on the bed. It must be off the bed.
Oh, that poor peep.
You got to You have to take its insides out and microwave them to be warm.
You're like stuffed animal.
Yeah.
It's getting a little out of control. That was a fun question. Thank you, Stephen Ray Morse, for that. Jon, let's do a little speed round.
Okay.
Have you listened to the new Cure album yet?
I mean, you want me to speed through the new Cure album? Are
It's
you
a yes
kidding
or
me?
no.
The answer is yes. So I
Okay.
finally found, I know that I've talked about it. When I listened, I'm like, you're like a speed round. I'm like, honey, everyone go home because I need about 40 minutes to
I
get
thought
through
it
this.
would be no, because you famously need it has to be bioluminescence on the ocean. It has to be a harvest moon. It has to be the stars aligning for you to listen to an album.
Right. So 2 weeks ago, I house sat for someone who has a very lovely home. They have a hot tub, which I took advantage of every single night. And it was just like the whole entire property is surrounded by these giant like pine trees. And it was just picturesque.
Perfect.
So I'm like, this is where I'm going to listen to The Cure. And I did. And I listened to it in its entirety. And like, I got emotional twice. Like, I almost started to weep. The whole album, Robert Smith is like 66 now. This is a man that I have loved for so long. And it's like, I'm going to cry now because he like lost his brother and he lost like both of his parents in the last like 5 years. So the whole album is about him like aging, and like there's one line where he's just like, how did I get so old? And it's like, but it's like beautiful, and it's like not being able to say goodbye to people. Like, I'm totally
You're crying.
It's so good. So
Yeah.
I did listen to it.
You sobbing in a hot tub of the house that your cat's sitting in.
I was, because I feel so connected to him. He's such a good guy. Like he's really in it for his fans. He makes sure that his ticket prices are cheap and his merch is cheap, and
That's a rarity these days.
it's such a rarity. And he talks about it in his interview. He's like, I make my shirts $25 and we're rich. He's like, the fans get to buy the things they want for a price they can afford.
Yeah.
They buy more than they probably would have. We get a ton of money. Everyone's happy.
For sure.
They took 16 years to put this album out, and it's only like 8 songs, and it's only like 40 minutes, but it is like, I've listened to it nonstop since that. So yes, thank you for the question. I know there was a handful of people that wanted me to know if I listened to it. I did reach out to a couple people on message, and I did, and it's beautiful. And I encourage you to put on some headphones and spend 40 minutes listening to it. All right, now I'll try to do a speed round.
Okay.
Yes.
I'll pick whichever one you want to use in that edit.
Don't use it. If I listen to this and all you put was yes. Oh my God, I'd be so mad. We got a lot of questions from Marsha. She's wanting to know who was Jon's first and only gorgeous girlfriend. First of all, Marsha, I had 2 girlfriends. You were one of them. And one of them wasn't you. She also asked, who did Jon make out with listening to The Cure in a supermarket parking lot? That was you, Marsha. So Marsha was my main squeeze back in high school. My only really true girlfriend. She spent pretty much the rest of her life alone after I dumped her to be a homo, and couldn't find love, but she has recently found love.
She accepted that you're not going to flip back.
She finally was able, I sat her down and was like, Marsha, babe, it's not
It's not going to happen.
gonna happen.
Yeah.
And she has found love, and she got married in the last year, and she's super happy, and I couldn't be more happy for her.
Oh, good for her.
She finally found someone to replace me.
I mean, that's big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
Danny Lyon says, what movie have you watched most in your entire life? I think mine is Love Actually.
Oh God, I love Love Actually, but it's not my most watched.
But I think I watched it like every year for years.
Yeah.
And I'm due to watch it again.
I watch a lot of movies. So I live alone, and so I always have TV or music on just as noise. I have so many movies that I've watched probably 100 times.
What do you think is number one?
I would have it would be a tie between Devil Wears Prada, Star Wars, all the Star Wars, all the Harry Potters. Like, I've just watched them all dozens and dozens of times.
That's so funny.
And Back to the Future a million times.
So good. Stacey Collins, speaking of movies, she said, so what are your thoughts on doing episodes on movie or TV shows as brands like Star Wars, Gilmore Girls, Culture, so to speak, Marvel, Game of Thrones? Is that all the realm? I think we would be open to doing a movie franchise as a brand or a TV show as a brand because, as you can see, you know, we're doing a Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. We do Rockefeller Tree and Megan Murfast. How do you each define brands? I think how we see it, or at least speaking for myself, like Harry Potter as a brand.
It is a brand.
It's a brand. Star Wars as a brand.
Don't we have Star Wars in our logo?
I think so.
We have R2D2 in our logo. Yeah, we'd absolutely do one of those. We just haven't. I feel like there are so many podcasts that focus specifically on films and maybe not as much TV, but there's a million film podcasts that it's kind of lower on my list to do. But if we were to do one, it would probably be a Star Wars, a Harry Potter, a Back to the Future.
Yeah, we're cornering the market on like podcasts about Vaseline and
Reynolds
Kentucky
Wrap.
Fried Chicken.
No one else has. I bet you cannot find another episode of a podcast dedicated to Reynolds Wrap.
Definitely not. A solid hour on Reynolds Wrap.
There's probably several on Star Wars. So
Yeah,
is it off the table? No. Will we get to it eventually? And I know I get poked at sometimes about, like, is that a brand? I do think we live in a world where I don't know how to specifically say what I think a brand is, but yeah, I do think like Santa Claus is a brand.
It's like, cultural impact, like the fact that like if you could show a picture to a kid and they would know it, and it's like created by a company, that is a brand. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Sarah Jane C asked, "What's Al looking for in a lady? How's the Marissa Run Hinge going?"
Oh yeah, how is that going?
So it's actually going great. Al, do you have any comments on it?
It's going really well. Marissa has had more success in the last 5 days than I think I have had in years of being off and on dating apps. So she's great. She's whatever version of me that she is putting out on Hinge is doing fairly well. I don't know what.
Are you worried about being? Are you representing him fairly? Are you worried about him being able to represent him being who you're saying he is?
Well, and that's what I think is interesting. And I think every dating profile should be made by a friend, because my profile for him, Al has not seen it. He has not approved it. I did not run anything by him. It was completely me.
That's psychotic.
And it would be weird to say about yourself, like, what I'm into. And it's like sweeping, soup. Like, that would be weird to say about yourself. But I'm like, for me to say he likes sweeping and soup, it comes across as much more charming than like to be talking like that about yourself. Like, those are your main things.
But they don't know that you're the one doing this.
I do say that. I say, yes. Okay. I say, okay. I am Alistair's friend. I'm helping him find a match on here. And so anytime I send a message to somebody, I say that. And some people find it very charming. Somebody was like, why is he is he like a freak or something that he needs? And a light yes on that he's a freak. But I think it's a really effective way to represent somebody to a potential spouse. It's very old timey, which I always like to be matchmake. I'll matchmake you, baby.
Oh my God. That sounds like the worst thing in the world to me.
I'm matchmaking you in 2025, whether you like it or not.
We'll do 6.
You're also shopping for your own friend.
That's it too. I'm shopping for my own friend, because whoever Al ends up with is going to be an integral part of my life. I'm with Al basically all day, every day.
Wait, you're doing this for Al. Why don't you let me find you your new best friend?
What do you mean? A replacement for you?
Aww. Well, you said you're looking for a new friend also.
Well, if somebody is going to be entering my life like Al's girlfriend, I can't leave that up to chance. I can't leave that in Al's hands. It's kind of like more important that I like her than he likes her. You know what I mean? Because he'll be just be like, oh, she's pretty, she's nice. I'm like, but is she fun? Does she like to do escape rooms?
Does she wear colonial dresses? Does she make homemade bread?
Exactly.
Got it.
Exactly. Well, does she care about making content? Is that, if somebody said in their dating profile that their New Year's resolution was to make more content, that's a swipe left.
Put that front and center when you make mine. John Glover, content creator.
Content creator.
God, there's no worse 2 words than those 2 words.
It's honestly hell.
Well, hopefully New Year's resolution for Al in 2025 is to find love.
I think it's coming. I think it's coming. Somebody said...
I think he's coming.
Okay. He will be. Oh, he will be if I play my cards right.
Oh, babe.
Somebody asked Dave Rich, sorry, I can't read the rest of it. It's cut off. My husband is an actor. David has been in Community and New Girl. Those are his, probably, NAP Bio. Those are his biggest shows, if you've seen him in, if you want to look that up. David Neer. Let's do some speed rounds.
Wait, was that a question?
Yeah, what says David?
Oh, sorry. All right, speed round it up, and then we'll wrap it up.
Brand that you have bought the most of since you did an episode on it. Well, I definitely never bought Crocs before, and now my entire family has Crocs. I'm planning a trip to get more Jibbits like this week. Crocs have taken over my life.
You're planning a trip this week to get Jibbits?
To get Jibbits. My kids are like, our Jibbits fell off. Everyone wants new Jibbits. I'm like, okay, we're going to go. And Jibbits are not cheap.
They're expensive. They're a scam. You've fallen into the Jibbit scam. Even I haven't fallen into that. Don't go into my surgeon.
One Jibbit each.
Okay, that's good.
We're not like decking them out. But my whole family now, like my mom, my sister, her boyfriend, everybody, they're
Are
Crocs.
you buying like true Jibbits or are you getting like Bibbits, like cheaper?
I got a bag of Bibbits on Amazon for my daughter's treasure box in her class, and the kids don't tell it. They don't know the difference. They're in kindergarten.
It just looks like a worm or whatever.
But they are. If you're caring about quality, let's just say you can tell.
Yeah,
you can tell. They're a bit.
That's
flappy.
why they're losing them.
Exactly. They break off. Like, is there anything that you bought like you didn't think you liked it, and then you Scrub Daddy? Did you ever buy a Scrub Daddy?
I mean, I guess I could say Scrub Daddy because I have not bought one, but I have been given a few since then. So I have them on my sink and I will use them for a pan.
Okay.
I'm not craving them. I do regret, my probably now largest regret in life is on apparently Home Goods for the holidays was selling an enormous Scrub Daddy. And when I say enormous, it was like 4 feet by 4 feet and came in a box. Like it just looked like a giant normal one that you would buy.
Wow.
And it was a whole thing on social media because it was marked at $1,000, $999. And this guy bought it to make content.
John,
and
no.
he got so many views.
These are your peers.
But then Home Goods reached out to him and was like, hey, can you come into the store and bring the Scrub Daddy with you? Apparently it had been priced wrong. It was only supposed to be $99. So he got an $800, $900 refund. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted that, kind of like in the same way as the big Pop-Tart.
Do you want that?
Honestly, to make content. Yes, because it would be funny to do things with it. He like took it to the beach or like did all these things with it. That's what we have to do to grow this pod.
This is what you're doing. You're taking a giant Scrub Daddy to the beach.
I'm doing it for us.
John, we can penetrate in a different way.
Ew.
We can penetrate.
I don't want to be penetrated by you in any way.
We can slip in.
We can grease it up.
Undetected.
Slide
undetected.
it in.
No, detected.
Detected. Very detected.
Consensual.
Hand over
in.
mouth. We can just get it in.
We don't have to be doing like viral stunts.
No, we do.
No.
We do.
No.
That Pop-Tart, they're still talking about that.
Okay, sure. So we got some more questions from you. Well, maybe we'll answer some of those in the Patreon, which we're going to be launching in January, as I said.
I think we definitely will. I really enjoy answering your questions.
This has been so fun. And so a lot of you left like nice messages too, that the podcast is very meaningful to you and it just brightens your life. And that's just the best thing for us, this being our hobby.
Yeah, this being our hobby.
John, we will slip in a regular segment. It's time for John's Ice Capades.
I'm so glad you asked about the ice capades because I actually had one today. So as I mentioned, I don't remember if I mentioned on this episode or the last one because we just recorded them back to back, but my toilet has been malfunctioning for the last 4 days. So I've had to leave the home to use the facilities.
Yeah.
So today I had to go to Trader Joe's. Well, Trader Joe's doesn't have ice. And I knew we were going to be recording here today. So I wanted to get ice. So I went down first. I went to McDonald's and I got an iced latte because I don't have milk and I didn't want to buy milk because I'm about to go on a trip. So I didn't want to have a bunch of milk spoil.
Okay.
I don't usually buy an iced latte, but I treated myself to one. Okay, and can I just bitch about that for a second?
Sure.
Because I go into McDonald's to buy an ice. First, I was going to just go through the drive-thru, like 19 cars. So I'm like, I'll run in. Nobody there. It's empty. I go up to like nobody at the waiting to order.
Okay.
I go to order, and he's like, "Are you here to order?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I wanted to order an iced latte." He's like, "You have to use the kiosk," and I was like, "Are you kidding me?
No.
I have to leave."
Are there worse words to hear from somebody standing behind a cash register? You have to use the kiosk.
There's
kiosk,
no worse
6
words ever. So he saw me kind of like turn and roll my eyes. He's like, "She'll help you." I was like,
Did you like silently roll your eyes, or were you like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me"?
I don't remember. It could go either way with me. I do it so much. Who knows which I did at the time? I would tell you. I just genuinely don't remember. So I go to use it. The woman comes over to help me. I'm like, the fact that you're here helping me use this kiosk when we could both just be back at your station ordering it there. So she helps me. It's only giving me an option for small and medium. So then I'm like, but I wanted to get a large. And she's like, calls back to the guy who told me how to use the kiosk. She's like, do we have a large? He's like, he like literally is annoyed. You can only order a large through their thing. So he's like, come over here. So then I had to go back and he ordered the large and it was a whole mess. So anyway.
I mean, you could have done that from the beginning. This is why, I mean, these are the robots that drive our cars. This is like who we're putting our life in their hands.
And then I go to leave and there's a guy mopping by the door and that's like, I have to like step over the mop, but that's the whole thing. So that didn't even have to do with the ice capade. So then next door is
so the McDonald's was just the coffee.
They don't have self-serve sodas anymore.
But can you just say, can I also get a cup of ice?
I
Not
could
on
have,
the
but
kiosk.
after all that,
Yeah, you had been through a lot.
It's the whole thing. They charge for bags now at McDonald's. It's 10 cents for a bag, or they just hand you a pile of food. Just fold it in, people.
World.
It's like you're making this experience so bad. So I go to Del Taco to get ice, and I announced it when I went in because there was nobody in there, and I knew I couldn't get away with it. And I was just like, "Hey, can I grab some ice?" She's like, "Yeah." So I'm like, "Great." And then I drop my thing, and the silent thing, it makes the loudest noise. And look, it made this giant dent on my thing, which now looks like Boba Fett's helmet, which is kind of cool. But like, I've dropped these things so many times. There's dents all over them because I just drop them everywhere.
Oh my God.
And so that was the adventure of my ice capades.
Wow, what a journey.
That's me. That's me going to get ice. That's what happens.
This is like a 10-minute errand that just turns into like a journey through hell and back.
Good Lord. Well, Happy New Year. This was fun to do. I'm sure there's some people are like, where's the brand? But
I didn't hear any clip clops.
No
We're not
clip
in
clops.
1806.
Yeah.
What's happening?
There was a couple profanities.
Sure.
Yeah, no Sarah Josepha Hale.
But she could weasel her way in anywhere.
Babe, I love her so much.
Me too.
But yeah, this is so fun. We'll put different ways for you to be able to ask us questions.
Sure.
We love revealing ourselves slowly but surely.
And if this was bothersome for you, we won't do this often. We just, we're tired.
And you know what? If you love this, you'll soon be able to pay for it. And if you hate it, this is not at all what the Patreon is. So whichever it is, it'll be great.
It'll be great. So look forward to that in January. Some people are asking for merch. I can't imagine what that would be, but hey, God bless them. Let's do it.
We'll definitely have some.
We're looking to buy some new microphones to make Alpal's job a little easier on the edit. So maybe we'll start shilling some merch to pay for our new microphones.
Moolah, and I need a house. So that's my goal I need Patreon house money.
Great. We could get there. We'll be like Joe Rogan in every sense of the word. Rich from podcasting and all of his other fantastic qualities.
I love it.
So Happy New Year, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. And I hope your New Year's are getting off to a fantastic start. We'll be back next week with an all-new episode.
Bye.
Bye.
If you're looking to streamline your audio advertising buys and maximize your revenue, look no further than Triton Digital's programmatic audio advertising exchange, A2X. The private exchange consists of only licensed broadcasters and top-tier internet radio publishers, assuring the quality inventory and brand safety you can trust. Visit www.tritondigital.com to learn more.